how people are being disenfranchised, how our community continues to be pushed against the wall, okay, because of what they look like, how they talk, and what they eat, or whatever differences they are. They're fearful of those different kind of cultures that come in, instead of embracing them. So what I see from my perspective in the people that I serve are people with mental health issues. Issues that are traumatized because of coming from the frontera, people that are being sexually or physically abused on many different levels, folks that are feeling disenfranchised or vulnerable. And so this is, for us, an opportunity to engage collectively with everybody that we have here to see what we can do now to make a difference in their lives. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what that family looks like, single mom, intact family, whatever the case may be. Family is family, and family is very important to the Latino community.
Please don't stop this video, because if you're a Latino and you care about the well-being of the Latino community, you need to take a minute and listen. Trenton is the capital of New Jersey, and is a state which is comprised of 1.9 million Latinos. If we're also counting those that are undocumented, specifically within the Trenton area, we could be looking at 70,000 individuals. As a result, we can conclude that 52% of the students in the Trenton School District are indeed Latino. We want to take this opportunity to thank the Mayor of Trenton, the Honorable Mayor Reed Gusciora, all the dignitaries present, the invited elected officials who traveled a long way to establish communications with the Mayor, and all the members of the business community who were also in attendance. We also want to say thank you to the following: Mr. Alberto Hart, the Consulate General of Peru in New Jersey, who is also the president of Del Grupo Latinoamericano of Consulates in New Jersey. Mr. Rolando Madrigal Gutierrez, the Consulate General of Costa Rica. Ms. Rosemary Aruiz, the Consulate General of Guatemala. A special thank you goes out to Consulate Pedro Zunin and Mr. Edgar Esquivel that are making this happen for the country of Guatemala. Ms. Paulina Strasburger, Consulate General from Mexico in New York City. The Ecuadorian consulate was not able to join us. We also want to thank the Honorable Councilman at Large, Santiago Chago Hernandez, who is also the only Latino elected official in the city of Trenton, Mr. Pedro Medina, who is the acting police director for the city of Trenton, and is also the Mercer County Undersheriff. Mr. Roberto Hernandez, representing the Catholic Charities El Centro, Mr. and Mrs. Freddie and Rosa Alzado, owners of the third biggest McDonald's revenue generators in the United States. Mr. Carlos Duran, State Farm Chairman and also a Circle agent. He happens to have one of the highest producing State Farm agencies in the United States. Mr. Ray Pang, representing Sunrise Investments, currently ranked 10th and perhaps one of the biggest landowners in the area of Princeton, New Jersey. Wilfredo Ortiz, the Assistant Superintendent of Schools in the Trenton School District.
There's a big need. I come back and I feel, I talk to a lot of business people, there is no place to go to. I speak to my customers, I speak to my employees, I speak to parents, and there's nowhere to go, okay? Thank God for the Centro, they go there, but we need a place that we can say, this is home.
Mayor Reed informed us all that the city is taking steps to approach the disenfranchised for decades within the Latino community.
And as the acting police director, he saw that it was necessary to have a Latino there that can not only understand the Latino community, because that's one thing that's unique about us as Latino. We not only understand and have a heart for the Latino community, but we also understand and have a heart for the Caucasian community, for the African American community, for the Asian community, and that's what makes us unique. We just need that door to be open, and I believe that door is going to be open for the Latino community under the leadership of Mayor Reed Gusciora.
I want to welcome the consuls to the capital city, and especially the representatives from Costa Rica, Mexico, Peru, and Guatemala. My brother-in-law is from Guatemala, so I was just talking to Rosemary, and my mother's name is Rosemary. So a lot of common here. But Trenton is home to thousands in the Latino community, and it was very important to me that the Latino population feels welcome here, unlike what's going on in the federal level. But that's our That's our government. I'm pleased that my police director is of Latino descent. My transition leader is Latino, and great friends in the business community, Freddie and Roberto. And Santiago is, I'm pleased to report, is our first Latino council person that's elected. And last week, Santiago and Pedro and I, we drove around his ward, well, the South Ward, and we talked to a lot of the neighbors, and we're trying to really broaden our sense of community here and have a welcoming spirit in the capital city. So that's why we felt so important to invite the consuls. We want to have a direct line of communication with you. We have many of your people are here. We want them a sense of welcome, but if they need to reach out to the consuls, that they would have that direct communication.
The capital city is indeed the center of New Jersey. In order to bring investors from Latin American countries, such as Pollo Campero and others, there is an importance to bring in more Latino services and Latino entertainment consumers. Therefore, the capital city of Trenton must become the center for statewide Latino community development. He went on to say this is the go-to center. It is the convenient stop for dignitaries from Washington, D.C., for Latino constituents from Philadelphia, South and Central Jersey, advocating for the chance the Latinos from North Jersey will be able to come to Trenton eventually. Ultimately, the only way we can achieve this is by giving Latinos the place that they deserve, and that is having a true stake in the city, where they are taking into account much of what they are doing to help rebuild this great nation.
During the campaign, there was a candidate that he mentioned that he wanted to open an office of Latino affairs in City Hall. I challenged Mayor Gusciora to open that office with bilingual personnel where our business community can come. They don't speak English, there will be bilingual personnel there to start them in the process. A one-stop shop.
We established that there is no clear communication for Latinos within the city limits of Trenton. There's no culture, sense of information that enhances the thought and encourages civic participation. The consulants in attendance went to the extent of saying that they gave us numbers of individuals that they assist and what services they provide to many residents within the local area. We're asking Mayor Gusciora for a city property to be equipped and provided with adequate enough space for statewide consulate activities, youth activities, elderly activities, and community building activities that would in turn support our thriving Latino merchants represented by the Latino Merchants Association. We have asked Mayor Gusciora to consider establishing a city transmedia communication campaign that is sensitive to cultural nationalities and that is inclusive, which could in turn assist the mayor's communications, the city's Department of Recreation, the city's health department, and the city's economic development. Mayor Gusciora has listened and indeed said that the consulates would be able to use the municipal building for any consulate activities, which include a consulate program assisting Latinos. Now, these programs ultimately will attract thousands, and we feel that the municipal building may eventually be too small for these activities, but with this positive response, we are hopeful this will keep moving in a positive direction. Thank you, Mayor Gusciora. This report has now ended.